The Great Exhibition of the Works of Industry of All Nations, or the Great Exhibition, took place in London, England, at the time of 1851. It was located in the Crystal Palace in the Hyde Park area of London. The Crystal Palace was a cast iron and glass plate building built to house the Great Exhibition. In total, it was 990,000 square feet, enough space to show off the new technology of the Industrial Revolution. The glass used in the Crystal Palace was the largest amount of glass used in a single building in the world at the time. The clear walls and ceilings astonished visitors, especially because it required no unnatural light. Joseph Paxton, who had been building greenhouses, had created the plan for the Crystal Palace, and about 9 months after his plan was approved by the building committee, the Crystal Palace was opened to the public. The exhibition was originally thought of by Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, and was a way to show off to the world of England's manufacturing boom, as well as hopefully produce more trade sales of British goods. Although there were other exhibitions before it, the Great Exhibition would set the example of world fairs to come because it showed the products of the industrial time. There were about 100,000 objects being shown off, of every topic imaginable, given by over 15,000 people. Each country that participated had its own section, with England taking up over half the space because it was the host. The biggest object there was the massive hydraulic press that had lifted the weight of heavy metal tubes of a bridge. Almost every continent had contributed something, a perfect way to show how the Industrial Revolution had changed the world. By the time the Great Exhibition closed, almost 6 million people had visited the exhibition. The cost varied if you had a season ticket or a one-day ticket. The day tickets were more affordable, and the cost continued to decrease as the months went on, which proved to be a successful tactic because then more laboring families could afford to go. Celebrities of the day, such as Charles Darwin, Charlotte Bronte, Charles Dickens, and royals, also attended. England had made quite a profit from this, although they had expected to lose money. The Victoria and Albert Museum, the Science Museum, and the Natural History Museum were founded with the profits, and with the remaining amount, a fund was started, which to this day gives fellowships to those in the field of engineering or industrial design. After the Great Exhibition closed, the Crystal Palace was disassembled and moved to Sydenham, which was South London suburbs at the time. Unfortunately, the building was then destroyed in 1936 by a fire, where it burned to the ground. Today there is very little left of the building, but the legacy lives on. It will always be looked at as the first international exhibit of manufactured products. Many of the objects that were there can still be seen today in the Victoria and Albert Museum.